Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's fantastic. Everything here is wonderful. As per usual, yesterday I did a video talking about workshop space, all that sort of stuff, and I pointed and waved and talked about, and then I fully intended to like get my phone or take the camera off the tripod and show you pictures or video of what and I didn't because I just always forget. By the time this is over, I'm like, let's not do that. So today, was it yesterday's video? I think it was. I don't know. Jonathan asked some questions, and I thought instead of responding to him, he gave me some really good thoughts and things. I would just do a video instead of leaving it in the comments section. Because these were long, thoughtful ideas slash questions, as he put it. So here we go. We're just going to talk a little bit more about workshop stuff. He says, maybe pull out drawers under the bench behind you. You can get the best use of the space and nothing gets lost, and still have a cabinet enclosure if you want. So this space I talked about yesterday. We're gonna film it. we're actually gonna do, I'm actually gonna do the correct way. This space that I talked about yesterday is just a collection of stuff that lives underneath of the workbench behind us on the regular. And right now I've got battery chargers for my tools, an electric stapler, a non-electric stapler, sharpening stuff. There is a paint gun back there and paint gun accessories. This is leatherworking stuff. This is like one of those 3-stone sharpening systems, and then scraps and some beeswax. And the plan there has been, yes, to build like a cabinet with shelving or drawers or something. The thing is, the reason I haven't done that is I basically never used this bench. When I built it, I was very, very poor. The wood was given to me. This was like underneath my old boss's deck, or no, it was the roof for his deck, and it had white paint on it. You can still see a lot of the white paint on there. And I bought two 4x4 posts and some bolts, and I made that. And that was my first workbench in here. It used to sit back here for years. And I used it quite a bit at that time. Then I built this thing, the miter saw station. Like, I have other places. Like this, I would rather work at this because I can get all the way around the project, which I find to be way more interesting than trying to move stuff around. Also, it's a slatted top. It's not flat. It's not level. There's not really a lot to do there other than I have my homemade woodworking vise. I don't know if you've seen this. There's a video somewhere on the channel about this. This is a vise that I made out of a pipe clamp and 2 pieces of 1/2-inch pipe that are welded onto these plates. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a pipe clamp under there. And so I can reach under, and it's kind of a quick release, and then I can push it in and tighten things down. So it's been a neat little woodworking vise. So that's there, and I use that on occasion. That's actually the only vise I own. But, well, that's not true. I have a drill press vise. So other than that thing, this is just a place for stuff to gather. I did do projects. There's videos of me doing projects on this bench long ago when this garage was basically empty. But it's kind of just, I thought it would be, if you go way back in time, so go back to when I made the oversized Imperial Settlers pieces for Ignacy. I made those here. And then go look at one of the earliest videos on this channel was I did a video about depression. And I had my grandfather's watch, which is hanging here, and it was broken and it needed fixed. And I tried to have repair shops fix it, but they kept putting the thing on wrong, so I bought the tools to do it myself, and I fixed it right here at this bench. I made an overhead camera rig that hung here, and I thought that was going to be my format. I thought my thing was going to be doing something on this bench with an overhead camera and not really showing myself or anything like that. And so I thought that this kind of, grungy looking worked surface would be an interesting background. And it was for that video. If you go look at it, it's a cool background. but I basically never use it. So having drawers there, I would rather, when I build this new bench, the drawers are going to be right here because this is where I want the tools that I use. So I might still build something there and enclose it, if nothing else. But for right now, I don't use that stuff that's under there very often, so it's fine to just sit there. Okay, 2. Is it worth having the new work table the same height as the table saw, or is that not a good work height? That is a really good question because I am 6'4". This table is about 40 something inches. I think 44-ish inches, which is a really comfortable working height for me when doing stuff like this. Like I'm standing here and I can work on this and I'm not doing this, right? Or sitting down, right? And so this is a comfortable work. This is about how high I would have a standing desk if I had a standing desk in my house, right? This is the height that's comfortable for me. But like I've said before, it's too high sometimes. When I'm working on something that's up here because I'm working on a table or something, it's too high. I would rather it be here. And so this bench is a little bit lower. This is about 30 or about 40 inches. My miter saw bench is lower. It's like 39 inches. And then my table saw is right around 37 and a half, 38 inches. I think I'm going to go to 38 inches. So this will sit slightly higher than the table saw, but not dramatically higher than the table saw. And I think that will be okay. I'll probably have to sit down a lot more when I'm working on stuff because for me, 38 inches is like my arms are extended instead of comfortably bent to work down here. But, as usual, where you're working on projects, it's up a little higher. So I am definitely going to go lower. Probably not exactly table saw height. I have the router table set that high, and it works good for that. And my router table serves as a good outfeed table. So I don't really need this to be like an infeed or outfeed for the table saw. But it, at that half-inch difference, I think that a board, if I set this table up over here, I would be able to run stock through there without a problem because it's not like I'm cutting I-beams or something that don't flex. The third thing he asked is it worth doing a mini split to heat that space or something to enhance down the line? I've thought a lot about this. If you're standing here where I'm at, or where you're at, so you're there, right up here, this is the furnace ducting that goes to my bedroom, and I believe this one is the run that goes to the bathroom. I could be wrong. The bathroom might run along this wall because that's obviously a drain clean out. So the bathroom vent might run along this wall, but that is ducting for my AC and my heater. So I could put a vent in there. The thing is, my door is terrible. It doesn't seal like at all, and so I don't know. I think a mini split is a better idea. Also, if this were a garage, I don't think it's allowed to vent into the house like by code, and so having a vent in here, I think, is against code. This is supposed to be like a sealed, like a vapor-proof, not necessarily, but a sealed area so that stuff in here doesn't escape into the house. Which meant if I had a vent here and there was gas fumes in here, it would just go into the house. So I think a mini split is a decent idea, and I have back here. This is underground, so the ground is probably a little higher than this ceiling is actually. That's not true. There's probably 6 inches, right? But that corner, see, I keep doing the pointing thing. That corner right there, the ground is probably about here-ish. So there is plenty of room behind my track for the garage door to put a mini split in. So if I can get a better sealed garage door, it's definitely an option. The other thing is I don't think I'm going to be living here forever, right? So I'm okay with dealing, like, I don't mind cold. So my little Ollie's Bargain Hut tiny I don't know, 10 watt heaters. I don't know what this is. How many watts is this thing? This is at the 1500 watt. This little guy does just fine for me. Doesn't bother me much at all in here. So, and if I really want to, I can just leave the door open. I can leave the door open into the basement, and I will get a good draft through here, and it will warm the space up or cool the space down in the summer. It doesn't really get hot in here, though. So, all good questions. I think that in time, for me, my goal right now is to make stuff that isn't permanent, just because, like I said, I don't think I'm going to be living here forever. And so making things that mount under my workbench instead of on the wall are a good idea for me. And, you know, I'm just going to keep improving the space. Step one, though, got to get rid of this thing. I think this weekend we're going to try to go buy some wood and finish this project, or at least get this out of the way and build the base and finish the top on that so that I have a functioning bench, and then I will build the cabinet of drawers for that bench, you know, when I'm ready to build that. So like 3 years from now. Thank you for the questions. If anybody else has questions about my workshop or how things are set up in here, let me know. And I will attempt to remember to bring the phone and record what I'm showing while I'm pointing. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is penultimate. It is an adjective meaning next to last in importance. The Whittington's Christmas Gala is the penultimate party of the social season. Penultimate. P-E-N-U-L-T-I-M-A-T-E. Next to last in importance. Does that mean it's second worst? I don't understand that.